Here are the cars we bought. There's Richard's Rover GTI, James's Audi 80 and my V6 Volvo GLE. And here's the first test. Our researchers worked out how much fuel was used on the Manchester run. 30 mpg was the target. For every mile to the gallon over that, you get a point. For every mpg under it, you lose a point.
Right, I have the results of the economy run. The Volvo, 20 miles to the gallon, giving Jeremy a score of -10. The Rover, 23 miles to the gallon, giving Richard a score of -7. And the Audi, a remarkable 35 miles to the gallon, giving me 5 points.
Yes, now I have just been told that we're also going to be tested on reliability. We're going to lose a point for every time the bonnet had to be lifted, which means none there for you, James, none for me, and minus another one for Jeremy.
OK, I admit it, my Volvo's not doing well, but it's time now for the next challenge, which is each car will complete one fast lap of the track in the hands of an independent adjudicator. 1 minute 50 seconds is the target. For every second you go faster than that, you get a point. For every second slower, you lose a point. I wonder who the independent adjudicator might be.
First to go is Richard's GTI.
This is probably the worst car the Stig has ever driven.
Yeah.
Although, it must be said, probably not the worst car he's going to drive today.
No.
OK, he's going down now toward the hammerhead. He's probably up to 40 or 50. He's coming through to the follow-through now. My bet is he'll lift.
Now let's see how James's Audi goes.
That was 0 to 60 in about 25 minutes.
Assuming it will ever get to 60.
This is where we will see the advantage of the optional sport pack.
The Stig said after this run he thought the Audi had been in a big accident at some point in its life and not mended properly. But he was even ruder about my Volvo.
The thing is, it's not going away. It's still there.
170 brake horsepower.
Yeah, but 170 tons of Volvo.
So the results. Richard's Rover went round in 1 minute 42 seconds, so that is 8 seconds under the 1 minute 50 target. That means 8 points. James's Audi was 4 seconds under the target, a 1:46, so he gets 4 points. And my Volvo 1:48, so that's 2 points. It's a plus. It's a plus.
OK, another test. So if I could have the envelope, thank you. The highway code says the stopping distance from 60 miles an hour is 60 yards without thinking time. Well, we don't need any of that. You'll get 1 point for every yard less than that your car pulls up in.
Here's James braking from 60 miles an hour.
Here we go. Oh, straight and true. Beat that, Hammond.
OK, I'm at 60, just James to beat. Here we go. Braking. Nothing!
Sadly, I couldn't beat James, but surely that fat Volvo would let Jeremy down.
Anti-lock brakes! Yes! 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 The Volvo scored a point! What a great car!
Right, brakes. Now then, James's Audi pulled up in 40 yards, which is 20 under the highway code stopping distance, which means he gets 20 points. Then my Rover stopped just in 48 yards, which means I get 12 points. And then Amazingly, Jeremy's Volvo, as an advertisement for the advantages of anti-lock brakes, stopped in 34, which means he gets a very handy 26 points.
And so, for our next challenge. Thank you. Each car loses a point for every electrical item that isn't working.
Anti-lock brakes. Are they working, Richard?
Well, no, they're not actually, no.
Right,
No,
that's one off. Get the bonnet up.
Oh, look.
His under bonnet light
But
doesn't
so
work.
what? It doesn't matter. Oh, my God, it's all broken!
Now, your air conditioning as well, that's a point off, because that doesn't work.
The wipers work, the lights work.
But the interior light doesn't, I'm
Interior
afraid.
light doesn't work.
It just doesn't.
It doesn't work.
Right, enough. The results. Richard's Rover. 3 faults, giving him -3 points. My Audi, -4 points. And Jeremy's Volvo, back on form with -12.
Now it's time for the final test. Thank you. Here we go. Crikey. Chaps, you might want to come and have a look at this. Because what it says is, each of you must drive your car into a wall at 30 miles an hour.
Hey?
Yeah. You lose 10 points if you're killed, 5 points for each broken bone, and 1 point for each blood injury.
Right. That's
I'm feeling quite relaxed, actually.
with your Volvo.
With my Volvo.
By contrast with my Rover made entirely of rust, I'm feeling a bit scared. James, are you all right?
Have a crash.
Yeah.
On purpose.
Yeah. It's going to be worse for him, though, because he is in that rust car, and doubly worse because it also says here that since you're the youngest, you're going first.
Right.
Goodbye.
I admire your logic.
Bye.
Thank you. $20, $25, $30 miles an hour. I'm going in. Oh, my goodness. Well, my bones all still work, I think. And there's no blood. I think my car has borne the brunt of it. I think it did quite well. Next!
Well, it's been good. I met Jodie Kidd. And Stephen Fry.
Yes, he's dead, so that's 10 points away there. And if you want a job on Top Gear, please write to Top Gear.
No, no, wait, look, he's coming round.
He is!
He's
he
alive!
lives! He lives!
That's no 10 points off, though. Blast.
That was probably the most unpleasant thing I've ever done.
Then it was my turn, and I had a problem. The speedo wasn't working, so I had to guess how fast 30 was. And I got it a bit wrong.
Damn, I think I missed the wall.
We all lived then. But what about the cars? Richard's Rover is dead. James's Audi is dead. But my Volvo? Yes.
Okay, so your car worked. Great. But you didn't, because I have managed to secure this X-ray. Now, what do you think that is, Jeremy?
It's an X-ray of a hand.
It is. More specifically, your hand after that crash.
That crash at 40 miles an hour?
Yeah, whatever. The important thing is this bit. Look, the thumb. It's broken.
No, it isn't.
It is. You broke your thumb.
No, it
James,
isn't.
is that broken?
It's broken.
It is.
It's chipped.
Oh, look, if a teacup is chipped, my mother would say it's broken. And it would
Absolutely.
go, but it's broken.
It is. Jeremy, accept it. You broke your thumb. That's 5 points off, so -5, which brings your score, if I'm right, after all that we've just done, to 0. No points at all.
But there is one challenge left, and it is the big one. It is the cost. Now, we earn a point for every pound we've saved from our original £100 budget. Jeremy, you have no points. You're out of it. I've got 25, Hammond. You've got 10, so 15 quid either way could swing this.
Yep.
Are you ready?
Yep.
I have the receipt for my car here.
Come on. Tell me.
And I spent £75.
Right, £75. So if I can be £15 under that, I spent £80, which means James is ahead. Oh no, which means, Jeremy, unless you've got your car for about 10 quid, James is going to be the winner. Oh no.
Oh no.
However, just a couple more things we need to say about these cars before we move on. First of all, we didn't cheat, OK? I actually got a friend of mine to go and buy this Volvo for me, and she came back from the dealership having spent a quid.
£1?
Yes, a quid. Saying she couldn't believe how much choice she had. There were BMs and Audis and Fords and all sorts.
But there's a very good reason for all these cars being around, and it's because not so many years ago, if your car was finally broken and old and ruined, you took it to the scrapyard and he'd give you 20 quid. That was the end of the matter. Now, though, the EU says old cars have to be recycled, which means you have to take it to the scrapyard and pay the scrap dealer 100 quid to take it off your hands.
Exactly. So when this friend of mine went into the Volvo main dealer, who'd taken this as part exchange, OK, so he had to get rid of it, cost him 150 quid. She goes in and says, I'll give you a quid. He's £151 up.
A quid.
Absolutely.
At exactly 14 minutes past 9, the lorries turned up.
Yeah. Brilliant.
And then, using our massive knowledge of HGVs, we set about explaining why we'd bought what we'd bought.
So, May, which one's yours?
Scania P94. It's, this is the sleeper cab, which has got the extra bit on the back where you can sleep. They also did it as a day cab, which didn't have that bit, so you couldn't sleep in it. It's the...
He doesn't know anything.
What colour is it, James?
What have you got then? Good.
A lorry.
What sort?
A big one.
Well, clearly.
It's a Renault. And what makes this one interesting is that the cab sits on top of all the engine. So it has a flat floor. And that means
The floor's flat.
it's easier to fit the carpet. Come on then, Hammond, show me what you've got.
I have this.
What is it?
It's an earth.
This was hopeless, so we resorted to our lorry crib sheets.
Has yours got
Is all this just my lorry? Let's be honest.
12 litre straight six? Go.
11 litres. I mean, it's not as big, but it's still pretty big.
9 litres. But, well, yeah, but the thing is... All right.
Did you just buy a shed?
Yours is tiny.
It is ridiculously small.
That's a Caterham of the lorry world that you
Yes.
Right.
That's a
And the
Caterham
point of
lorry.
that is,
Well, there's bound to be a speed
you
test.
think
there
your
always is.
lightweight,
It's a Lotus
11
lorry.
litre lorry?
Yeah.
No. Not that. In less developed countries, such as Australia and America, people like to decorate and personalise their lorries. You will now go away and do the same.
Once our lorries had been redecorated, we were told to meet at Top Gear's secret Alpine test location in Bedfordshire. Richard had tried to make his lorry look more American by fitting a bonnet, which was actually a dog kennel. James had gone for a gay and friendly Indian look, and I hadn't.
Damn it.
So, time for the next challenge.
OK, you must now demonstrate your lorry driving skills by power sliding your trucks around I presume it means that skid pad.
What's the point? You can't power slide lorries anyway.
Technically, you can't power slide anything.
Well, to prove that it's possible, you will now watch a demonstration by our tame racing driver. Some say that his favourite all-time tune is Forever Autumn by Justin Hayward, and that he has the world's largest collection of pornographical material. All we know is he's not the Stig, but he is the Stig's lorry-driving cousin. Look, he's got a lorry driver's son.
Oh, sunburn, I see, yes, yes. Whoa!
He's nearly as big as American Stig.
Big Stig?
Yeah.
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 Rick Stig climbed into his tuned man and set off.
Look at that! That's just fantastic! I love the smell of burning rubber in the morning when it's coming off. That is power sliding now. Look at that! He's doing a donut! His tyre's gone. His tyre has... Run for your lives! Run for your lives! So, James, what do you reckon? You can do that?
Piece of cake.
Gingerly, we hit the skid pan.
Yeah, now, you see this strip I've put here, I can't really see where I'm going.
Take the outside line, second gear, high range.
Now, power sliding, it's easy in a car. Turn in, no power on. No, that's not gone as well as I'd hoped.
Here we go, slide! Come on, you're a racing truck. This is what you should be good at. Oh, my bonnet! Driven over my own bonnet.
Left foot braking, there's the answer.
That didn't work, so I gave it more welly. And that really didn't work.
No! No! Ah!
Yeah, I'll do some of that.
Doesn't work. Meanwhile, in the Renault...
Come on! Spin! Ah! Shit! Ah! Ow! It's this lorry driving, it turns out, is quite a lot harder than I thought.
Have you done something to your leg as well?
Yeah, the gear lever's gone up my arse.
Right, OK.
After the gear lever had been removed from Jeremy's bottom, we moved on to the next challenge.
There's lorry driving things.
I've lost the suspension link had just come off.
On your leg?
No, on the lorry.
You will now drive to Millbrook's high-speed bowl.
Ah, you see, I told you there'd be a speed test.
But first, you must hitch up a trailer and then get there via the Alpine handling course. Oh, that's hundreds of miles.
No,
It's not. No, it's here, you idiot. It's just over there.
This is where car makers test the handling of their new models. It's also where James Bond rolled his Aston Martin in Casino Royale. In a car, it is huge fun. In a lorry, it probably isn't.
From the moment you arrive at the Alpine course, you have 3 minutes to get round. You will also need to drive smoothly because your trailer is full of valuables.
Valuables?
Valuables.
They weren't kidding. Richard's trailer contained a car that hadn't been fastened down. Mine contained an enormous wedding cake. And in Jeremy's, there was some straw, which didn't seem so bad, but at the other end, there was an electric fire.
So, third time lucky.
Oh, this is brilliant.
Oi!
It was just over a mile from the hitching point to the Alpine course, but that was enough to give us a taste of what it's like to be a real lorry driver. For starters, there's the sheer number of gears.
That's first into first and a half.
Second.
2.5.
In a car, you can go from 1,000 RPM to 7,000, 8,000. In this, it's 1,200 to 1,500. Then you have to change gear. 300 revs.
Get in.
Get in.
Oh.
And when you finally reach 18th gear, you get carved up and you have to start all over again.
Now I've just been overtaken by someone who's now slowed down.
Bloke in front. Don't stop!
Oh, that's the car.
Why can't it just be...
Somebody get a move on it there. If I have to start from the beginning of my gears again, I'll kill myself.
First and a half.
Just let the lorry go. Always let the lorry go.
Still, because I'd removed some of my stealth paint, I could at least see where I was going. Sort of.
What's that noise?
Jess is making a right hash of that.
You clipped a car.
Whose car?
Don't know, but they will notice.
We then took a wrong turn and ended up on the road where they test vehicle suspension. That wasn't such a problem for me in my sprung cab. But as for Hammond...
I'm worried I may be bounced out of the cab.
Eventually, we arrived at the start of the Alpine course, which also meant our first encounter with a hill.
Jeremy, you've only got 2 feet.
Every time I come off the brake, in order to get onto the throttle, which you have to do, it rolls backwards.
For about 8 inches.
Try using the handbrake like you would in, oh, I don't know, a car.
The twists and turns of the Alpine course were waiting for us, and eventually we got our trucks lined up on the start line.
Get in gear, come on!
Low. Low. Yes.
It's a drag race between me and Captain Slow. Come on, Magnum!
Oh, God.
Plainly, in the heat of battle, James and Jeremy had completely forgotten about their delicate cargoes.
Clarkson's got the inside line.
Oh, it's getting a bit narrow here.
No!
Oh, Lord. Yes, I've got Slow.
After my poor start, I too had little concern for my precious load.
Sounds like a charging rhino running up and down the trailer and behind me.
Back at the front, Slow was refusing to give in.
Oh, that's close. Oh, oh, oh.
I've got to take him here. I've got a plan.
I can't turn in that.
Ah, you weren't ready for that, Slow.
Down a bit of a hill. Carry some... Whoa! 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 That was... I didn't want to do what I just did.
I'm in the lead!
Unfortunately, in all the excitement, I forgot to change down for the steep hill.
No! No! It's dying on me! No, no! No! You!
Does understeer this lorry.
Right, got to change ratios. Next box, there you go. Get a go with these things, suddenly you start to feel just how much power they have got to give. Yeah! Snap gear changes.
Captain Clumsy had severed my airlines and all the brakes were jammed on.
I absolutely hope James May wakes up in the morning and 10,000 insects are in his underpants.
In exactly just over 3 minutes, I was the first to finish.
Hey, now let's have a look at my cake. Ah.
That's what he hits. He is the clumsiest man in the known world.
I'll just straighten it up a bit.
Hammond, meanwhile, was just squashing the finishing line.
I'll be honest. I think like the headlamps, tail lamps, because I heard a clunk at that end, and then a clunk at that end, and then a lot more clunks, and then it stopped. I got smoother and smoother. Headlights are going to be smashed to bits. Then look. Yes, I know. It's bad. I'm sorry.
But it's worse than that.
I was now on the move again and flying.
Now, come on, up the hill.
Is that bad for my points?
Yeah. Well, more to the point, where is it?
Don't know.
Then Jeremy arrived.
Fire!
You're
on fire! We got the next challenge, lads.
How can we be this rubbish?
This is totally... So anyway, how was your car?
Car's interesting.
Stolen.
Yeah, it was
That's what it is. I've just thought of it now. Stolen. The damnedest thing.
Oh, that is actually quite bad now.
Yeah, it is. That's on fire.
As you can see, the Stig's Datsun is now parked on a 1-in-3 hill. Yes, it is being held, no problem at all, by its handbrake. You will now park your cars there, put them in neutral, apply the handbrake, get out. You get £100 if it stays where it is.
Well, it's a simple test.
Yours is pointing in the right direction. You go first.
It is steeper than you think.
It is very steep.
Actually, it is a bit steeper than it looks. Right, stopped on the foot brake.
Ooh, would you get out of that now?
No.
His foot's still on the brakes, look.
I'm not sure.
What's he doing?
That's the quickest I've ever seen him move.
How's that?
You're there. £100.
Thank you.
What a machine, the mighty princess. Yeah, genuinely pleased about that.
Watch this.
Yeah, I'm going to.
I was feeling confident about this test. All I had to do was get to the stopping point.
God, it is steep.
I've never seen that before.
Happily, the wheel spin generated so much smoke, the car was hidden from view. I therefore claimed I'd done it, and then it was Hammond's turn.
There he is parked.
Oh, that's not working for me at all.
His foot's out, his arm's out.
Okay. That's not gone well. Sorry. Sorry, that's gone badly wrong. It's gonna come. Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Having failed the handbrake test, he's knocked down the sign warning him how steep the hill is.
Still, every cloud and all that.
Good test of how fast it goes backwards with the handbrake on.
So we tested the performance and the handbrakes, and now it was time to look at ride comfort.
Thank you very much. OK. New cars are tested on Myra's rough road at 20 miles an hour. You will drive down it at 30 miles an hour.
I may not excel at this one.
Attached to the roof lining of your car is a colander full of eggs. The more your car shakes about, the more egg will end up in your hair. Each gram of egg left in the colander at the end equals £10 paid into your...
This is the well-known industry egg test.
Who thinks of this stuff?
There's no egg cap rating, is there, for new cars?
Euro egg
cap.
Yeah.
We also learned that we'd lose money for any pieces of trim that were dislodged by the savage cobbles on Myra's rough road.
Oh, God, it's rough.
Oh, here it comes, here it comes.
Yep.
Ah! Got egg in my eye, got egg on the wheel.
It's a warm day as well, let's be honest.
Oh, and the glove box has gone and the radio panel.
Look at that suspension working away. How's he looking?
Eggy.
It was like a spaniel that's crashed into the back of the head.
Ah!
What's happened to you?
I got covered in eggs.
Where's your colander?
Above my head?
How much
Where
in
the
the
hell
egg?
did you think it was?
Could have been worse.
Pretty
Not much.
all
No,
of
no,
it.
there's... How many were there? 5 eggs, and there's
There's a bit left in the bottom.
The only thing that slightly worries me looking at you...
Is that one of my eyes is welded together with egg?
No.
That doesn't worry me at all, no. This is the most comfortable car here.
Yes, it is.
Which meant that with my sport suspension, I was likely to become a human omelette.
Right, there. Oh! Accelerate up to 30 miles an hour. Good. Oh my God, it's significant. That glove box is gone.
It honestly isn't looking as bad as your car. It is now looking as bad as your car.
Not enjoying it at all. It's gone down my neck. Oh!
Also, it just
it's
came
coming
off.
off.
Because
Oh,
the
the
bumper.
bumper.
It's not going well.
Ow! Please just break. No! Oh, sun visor's gone.
I was working out the other day how many classics Led Zeppelin... I mean, classics like Stairway... Oh, dear.
It wasn't even worth measuring the egg residue, because I'd lost so much money for bits falling off.
Door mirror. Glove box lid. Oh, and this funny thing.
Well, that's
And-
3,
This.
4,
And that.
5,
Technically that.
6.
I've fired up the Rover.
It does that.
I've got more on the
deal of
front.
it.
Why is
well,
that?
because mine was, they could only mount it on the, because I have to sit further forwards than you because I'm short.
That's what it is. Well, that looks pretty poor.
Coil springs absorbing all the bumps nicely.
There's a lot of weight on those springs.
That was the door.
Having fun?
Still, I'd only lost one thing. 2 things.
Sun bleached and... What you need to do is find a bit that's not been exposed.
British Racing Green was an official colour.
No worries.
Except I desperately needed to wash my hair.
Oh, get off, Jeremy, that's disgusting. I don't know which is worse.
What I've just done is I've wiped my hair on a seat that's 30 years old and has had some Midlander's bottom on it.
So I borrowed Myra's wet weather skid pan.
Yeah, now I'm drifting and washing my hair. It's a world first.
You're drifting, I'm drifting off.
We'd tested speed, handbrakes and ride comfort. But there was one more thing. I was told to weld my door back in place and report with the others to the Top Gear test track. In dry suits.
Mine doesn't fit.
Oh, stop moaning.
It doesn't fit.
Just pull it. There you go. Oh, it's like watching it give birth to a thing. Oh.
We were given the challenge.
What? Your cars will now be filled to the brim with water and then you will drive round the track.
That explains it.
How will you breathe?
It doesn't say. It says when the water level drops below the bottom of the steering wheel, you will stop. The person who covers the greatest distance is the winner.
Yeah, the water will come out of all the panels that don't fit properly.
Yeah.
So the quicker the water comes out, the less
The shorter
well-made it
distance
is
you
and
go.
the
But then
shorter
there's
distance.
the speed side of it as well, because if water can be gushing out, you've got a really fast car, you'll go miles.
Actually, it's quite a thorough test because it tests performance and build quality for the water that It's pretty thorough.
I just want to make sure
It does say you go first.
Right,
So off you go.
See ya.
See ya.
Righto.
You go first. You're going to be the first person ever to drive a car underwater.
Were you making it up?
Yes.
The cars would be filled by fire trucks, and to make sure they didn't leak so badly that they couldn't be brimmed with water, the doors were sealed with gaffer tape.
You could have used warm water. It's freezing. Oh, there's 30-odd years worth of fag ends and fluff coming up on top.
Look at it going up the window. It's fantastic.
Oh, I can hear him. Yeah, go.
The extra weight did blunt the dolly's performance.
He's leaving a big trail of...
That's a big trail of water.
Fortunately, because the water came out so quickly, I was soon able to pick up some speed.
Now, one of the things they were saying is that the weight of the water is so immense that as you go around a corner, it could slosh over to one side and roll over. Imagine filling the insurance form in on that. Well, how did he drown? This is going to take more than that.
That little bolt.
Yeah.
Despite the dolly's leakiness, I made it past Hammerhead.
Oh, that's fallen out. Woo. I better be honest, that's just dipped below the steering wheel now.
He stopped. He stopped just before the follow-through.
More than half a lap.
More than half a lap. You think you can beat that?
Let's see. Here we go.
Oh, look at this, look at this. One of the issues with the Austin Princess we're able to determine now, very badly fitting door handles. It should have been called the Austin Colander.
Even so, it was filling quite well.
This is a great sport.
And I checked to make sure James's snorkel was working.
And go! Wow, look at the speed!
I'm not sure if you can hear that.
Because the other great thing, of course, is James still has no idea how to drive around this track. He never does power tests. Yeah, he's done it right, he's doing it right. About at the same speed Terry Wogan went round it.
Nevertheless, James was doing brilliantly.
I'm going to pass Hammond. There it is. Yes!
In fact, the Princess could hold its drink so well, he did a full lap.
He's not cheating! I can't believe it!
And then he passed Hammond again.
Yes! Yes! And it's just, I've just lost it.
You've been lapped.
Doesn't happen every day.
Lapped by Captain Slow.
In an Austin Princess full of water.
Right, bring on the Rover.
Yeah.
The water thundered in
This is quite cold now.
and came straight out again.
We're having to use 2 hoses because your Rover leaks so badly.
Rubbish.
I was only bothered about my secret weapon.
Yeah. Height adjustable.
So he's lowered it.
2 hoses still weren't enough.
We're going to have to put a 3rd hose pipe in to fill it. Jeremy, it's not filling up. Yes, it is. No, it isn't.
Eventually, we became bored and the tankers became empty. So we sent him on his way.
Go!
Yeah! Feel the power! It's looking good.
The damn doors come off.
That's quite a big panel gap you've got there.
That is quite a gap. You lost that badly. You lost
Last
that.
place, mate.
In that test.
Because I know so little about vans, I did what Hammond had done in the earlier test. Played it safe and bought myself a Ford Transit.
Long wheelbase, 2.5-litre diesel engine, only done 77,000 miles, apparently. And do you know how much I paid for it? 800 quid.
James, meanwhile, had stuck to his theory of biggest is best and bought a huge LDV box van.
James, are you filming with us today or are you moving house?
James, however, was more bothered about my sign writing.
What have you done with that sign?
Top Gear Furriers.
Couriers.
Oh, Couriers. It's top... I may have...
No, wait.
God, that's a superb thing. It's brilliant.
It's not
and
bad.
How much was it?
950 quid.
And now we have to wait for Bob the Builder, really, don't we?
Who eventually did arrive.
Did you, like, wash it on too hot a setting?
I have to leave that wound up there because I ran out.
I see what you've done.
Ran out of space in it.
Well, you would.
It's a Suzuki Supercarry.
Supercarry?
Optimistic title. It's
like a
basically
supermarket and a super tanker?
It's basically a Bedford Rascal.
Yeah.
It's got nearly a 900cc engine.
0
to 60, 18, 19 seconds.
I would imagine that's quicker than mine.
Well, let's see, because it's time to get on with the challenges.
Here it is, the first instruction of the day. We start with something with which you should be familiar, a quarter-mile drag race. Who's got the fastest van?
What's that actually got to do with anything?
You're going to come last.
Actually, there is a point. The self-employed van driver can't afford to waste his day with a tool that isn't quick enough.
Mid-engine is right here, which gives me perfect weight distribution, so dynamically, I'm already ahead.
I wasn't expecting much oomph, unlike our cameraman, who's used to filming much faster stuff than this.
I'm no match for Hamster. Look at his postage stamp go!
Probably the best part of 50 brake horsepower. I'm just leaving them for dead.
James and I had the same 2.5-litre Ford engine, but he had more weight.
Goodbye, mate! Come on!
Yeah! I'm going to pass the finishing line, and I'm doing nearly 60!
Second. Average.
James came a noisy last in motorsport's slowest ever drag race, and Hammond had won it, which seemed to please him.
Ooh, where did that come from?
Then it was time for challenge number 2.
Here we go. Possibly the most important skill a van driver must have is the ability to sit right on the tail of the car in front. So each of you must now drive up the runway and get as close as possible to the bumper of a lane hogger in front without touching. The closer you get, the more points you get.
Hammond went first, with Jeremy and I posing as the lane hoggers.
Right, 40. Here he comes. Set.
We would measure the gap between us using a special laser mounted on the back of the car.
This would be quite easy in my van because, of course, it's got a completely flat front. So basically, I just keep going till my knees touch the back.
It's like being followed by a small insect. And he's not frightening me.
31.9 millimetres away, which is a vast, yawning chasm.
It is. You could park a bus in that gap, Hammond.
Hammond responded. 18.9. 10.34 millimetres.
Well, you did a 10.3.
Next, it was Jeremy with 10.3 millimetres to beat.
Here he comes, here he comes. Now, that's a familiar sight on the road, isn't it?
80 millimetres, 60 millimetres.
This is the problem with the Transit, is you cannot see where the front is. You just can't, there's nothing.
What's he doing?
With most of my torso out of the window, I had a much clearer view.
No, he's hit us. He's hit us quite... No, that's...
He must have bent the bumper slightly because it went to -6 millimetres.
Finally, it was James's turn, and he had an even bigger problem than me.
I can't catch up.
What's it saying?
Well,
does it measure in miles?
Come on.
We are going to run out of runway before James gets anywhere near us.
I really can't terrorise them at this range.
Captain Slow, living up to his name there. And now, the next challenge.
Van drivers never waste their profits on vehicle maintenance. So, you must now each change the front door of your own van. You'll be racing against each other.
That's more manual labour.
Yes, it is.
3, 2, 1, go!
Right.
Can I be excused this?
Oh, look.
The producers said no, so while the others set to work with spanners, I broke out my ingenuity.
James, can I borrow your van? I think that did the trick. that's off. Soon we were all trying to attach the new doors with varying degrees of intelligence.
It's impossible!
Yeah! I was the first to finish without using sellotape.
Is the door in place?
Go and open it.
What?
Go and open
It doesn't say anything about opening it, it said put a new door.
Well, for Pete's sake.
James, meanwhile, was taking so long that he ran out of time.
I was about to finish.
No, you weren't. You were fiddling with your spanners, polishing them.
He'd given them all names. This is Jeffrey, this is Ian, this is Stephen.
Get on with it.
Right, Thieving Ian will now attempt to break into the back doors of your vans. The longer it takes him, the more points you get. 3, 2, 1, go.
You'll knock it over.
Thieving Ian is Top Gear's tame car thief, and by the looks of it, not a very good one.
You know what he's done is he's pushed the lock into the thing. That's quite funny. He's really quite stumped by yours.
Unbeatable, you see. It's small.
Why don't you just pick the van up and put it in your pocket? By now, the police would be here, he'd be in prison and then let out again.
He's defeated.
He's defeated at 1 minute. 3, 2, 1, go!
Is that technically not cheating?
They keep saying car thieves are very clever these days, but this one isn't, is it?
Oh! No!
He's in. I've got 34 seconds. 34 seconds for the Transit to withstand the world's most useless burglar. 3, 2, 1, go!
There's a lot of
34 seconds.
This is quite important, how easy it is to get in.
10 seconds.
He just walked up and it opened.
10 seconds, sir.
This is it. It's the final challenge.
Come on.
It's a game of cops and robbers round the Top Gear short circuit. You start, then 20 seconds later, a police car will give chase. The person who stays in front the longest wins.
Who's driving a police car?
Says here it's Detective Inspector Stig. Stig would be driving a standard 1.6-litre Vauxhall Astra Panda car. A Bugatti Veyron compared to our vans.
Jeremy went first.
It's exciting.
There goes Fingers Clarkson with his haul.
OK, now in the 1970s, 80% of all bank jobs featured a Ford Transit van as a getaway vehicle.
And 20 seconds later, Stig of the Yard set off.
Through the follow-through. Oh, yes. Oh, the door's gone. My door's gone.
He looks such a pillar.
Shedding weight, however, was good.
Detective Inspector Stig far behind.
The finish line was in sight. My bear, here I come.
Oh, no! No!
Police did.
No!
I didn't make it.
That was excellent. That was worthy of the bill.
Next up, James Cray.
He's caught him.
What a majestic sight.
Where is he?
Oh, there goes Police Stig.
Gonna make the hammerhead.
Has James ever gone round the hammerhead?
No.
Keep braking hard. Oh, he's got me.
It's all over.
I'll come cleanly. It's a fair cop.
You did better than I thought. You might do quite well here.
Yeah.
Short wheelbase.
This is like a little rocket.
So, first corner. Now, it's mid-engine. I reckon I'm going to give it a bit of the old Scandinavian flick.
He's rolled it. He's rolled it over, look. He's out.
That means I'm second.
He's lost. So, actually, could be dead.
Well, there's a police car at the scene of the accident, so...
Well, if he is dead and you fancy a job on Top Gear, why not write to us at I'm better than Richard Hammond was.
I may have overcooked that a bit.
BBC Wood Lane, London, W1270S.
To Richard's consternation, it was then time for our track day. And the producers insisted we stuck to track day etiquette by wearing clothing from the catalogues of the companies that made our cars.
Holy moly!
Ooh, that's
not a good look.
Says a lot about people who drive Mercedes-Benzes, I think.
It does, and you know, as of Monday morning, I don't anymore.
There's a fire around here. Imagine
Oh, the
melting.
Now, the most important challenge. Which of you has the fastest track day car? To make sure this test is fair, each of your cars will be driven by the same driver.
Yes! I don't have to go out there in my death trap because I...
Oh, yes, you do. You will be in the passenger seat while the car is driven by a tame racing driver.
What, the Stig?
No, he's not the Stig. He's the Stig's German cousin. Looks like the Stig to me. Still the Stig. Still the Stig. It is the Stig.
No, hang on.
Oh, my giddy arm.
Mullet.
I think it might be Stiggy Ray Cyrus.
First up for Herr Stig was the Mercedes.
No.
That doesn't sound good.
You've got to remember that in the ADAC test they revealed that the steering was a bit loose. There's a lot of play in the rack, so just don't overdo it, okay? Bloody hell!
To compensate for the Merc's lack of power, Sherman Stig was on maximum attack.
So this is bigger than the Nürburgring, right, this track?
Must be, because of the amount of time it's taken to get around.
35 miles,
Yeah,
maybe
but-
40.
You can feel the multi-link Martin Brundle approved rear suspension hunkering down. Get a grip, man.
It's 2 minutes 19.3, and we've no idea what that means.
But we'd soon find out, because it was time to lap the Ford.
And the muscles from Brussels is underway. The Jean-Claude Van Dammenator.
That rear suspension is collapsed.
This is pure track day magic. 1,250 kilograms, that's all it weighs, the same as a Mini. But it has 200 horsepower.
So this German Stig fella, will he take well to Jeremy sort of shouting at him and stuff, do you think?
He didn't take any notice of me when I told him which gear to change into.
Who would?
This, remember, is the car which has won the British Touring Car Championship, the World Touring Car Championship, the British Rally Championship. That Stig is a maniac.
Here he comes.
Oh, this is going to be close. 12, 13, 14.
Come on, let's have it.
2,
Yep.
14.
Yo! 5 seconds faster.
All that remained was to lap Hammond's crash-damaged death trap.
There are quite a lot of right-hand turns, aren't there, in that first bit?
Yeah. You're really putting a lot of stress on the front left suspension.
Exactly.
If your car had had, let's say, an accident and had been mended cheaply on the front left corner...
Stop talking. Now, here's Stig. There's one important thing I have to tell you about this car before we set off. No, I didn't mean set off! I've told you the thing! What about the thing?
Are you cold?
No.
Tell me we're not going right. We're going right.
Do you know what I'm expecting to see?
Just the front wheel coming across the line in about 2 minutes' time.
Oh, God! But I'm just waiting to hear the unmistakable sound of metal snapping. Of arterial blood.
120 miles an hour in a car that only scored 6.
Well, there are 3 shapes there, so presumably Jeremy's car made it. But let's start by seeing what changes James has made.
It looks exactly the same. Is this putty?
No, it's bathroom sealant.
Look at the car open it. It's an old cabinet.
I've run out of money.
OK, so the interior was a home-based bodge job, but my secret weapon was the gleaming condition of my engine bay.
How did you clean it?
With a man.
He's just spent his money on a man. You think that the Porsche judge man coming down is just going to be interested in concourse, aren't you?
Yeah.
I'd forgotten it was a Porsche judge.
Yes.
He'll be down at the old Pringle, probably.
I've been thinking ahead here.
Right.
You haven't done that.
In fact, Hammond had given his 924 sporting credentials it didn't deserve.
Look at that!
It's the flames!
I did those, well, with a bit of help from an art college friend. You see, they're the Gulf racing colours.
I've just seen the gear knob.
Yes, that's quite a nice addition. I like that.
Yeah.
Can I just explain? I spent my money in the pursuit of performance. So it's been lowered, it's on new springs, new suspension, it's on lower profile tyres. It's a track car.
James!
Well, it's not.
No.
I found it
Have
and
you
I...
put a turbo on it?
Not actually, no.
Is this the turbo?
No, that's
that
no,
the
no,
turbo?
that's
Is that
not.
the turbo?
No,
Is this the
none of those
turbo?
are the turbos.
Well done.
Good job you fitted the air intake.
Right, let's see what Jeremy has achieved with no money.
Blackboard paint.
Jeremy, you plot. You're supposed to put the underseal on the bottom of the car.
You know those old Capri with black bonnets?
That's what I was going to.
I thought I'd copy it.
Right.
Only I went over a bit, so I just kept going.
Whereas this looks much better, obviously.
How many cylinders has it got these days?
6 3/4.
I'm less worried having seen yours.
But laughing at each other was not a scientific measure. Our efforts had to be judged by the chairman of the judges of the famously fastidious Porsche Owners Club of Great Britain.
Good morning, gentlemen. May, M-A-Y.
M-A-Y. And the registration, please, Mr. May.
Don't know.
Could you open the tailgate for me? Is that possible?
I'll have a go. Don't break it. The original door pull was missing from the car, and it's a very, very difficult component to get hold of these days, so I substituted the kitchen unit drop handle. And that, as you can see from the shape, is the rear windscreen wiper.
It's just it all looks like Tipex to me, and...
Yeah, well, I think that's because it is Tipex.
Oh, really?
And now for the big moment.
Come and see this, gentlemen.
James's sparkling engine bay.
Very good
All
job.
original fittings?
All original, simply cleaned and polished. No fancy tricks, just elbow grease.
That's what we like to see. I'm a bit worried about the originality of the colour.
No, it's not an original colour. Have you ever seen the Blackbird, the SR71?
Yes, yep. There you go.
So not original, better.
Could we just have a peek?
Can you just flick the bonnet up for us? Thank you. There you go.
Excuse me.
Ah, that's my yeah.
That's rather bold.
I think bling.
I really can't give you many points for the seats.
But you can't knock many off, because there's nothing wrong with them if they're not there.
True. Original stickers.
Stickers are.
Yes, they
No, they're
are.
rare.
Are they?
1 point
Quite
for those,
valuable.
then.
Right. Probably the most valuable bit
Yes.
of the car. That's not real, obviously.
What does that do?
Nothing.
While the judges retired to do their scoring, we dived into the next challenge.
All your cars have a sporting pedigree. Each Porsche must set a lap time in the hands of the Stig. You will gain a point for every second under 1 minute 35, lose a point for every second over.
There you started. So the black smoke. Listen.
Bang!
Look at all the smoke! That is just mist on a lovely, lovely morning. There's a little bit of mist.
Look at that!
No, it's gassing everything down there.
It's stopping.
Well, you're not going to hit
It's
anything.
not stopping. It's going round a corner, James. Look at it, look at it.
Oh, it smokes under braking as well.
Let's just ease back a little bit.
More than that, I would say. More than that!
Oh, what was the time? What was the time?
1:45.
What a machine. What a machine.
What a stink.
Let's see what yours can do then. Oh, those second-hand tyres are really holding
Really gripping well.
That's already several seconds ahead.
I wonder if James's grout will hold as he hits
That's
probably
a very
80
good
miles
point.
an hour. Oh, bit of smoke there, James.
It was what?
Yeah, well, it was light. Like you only have 2 cylinders less, so it was going to be a bit lighter.
So it did it.
143.
1:43, that's faster than Jim.
It was only 2 seconds.
This is kind of everything for me. With
It is. You need this to work.
The wheels are smaller because I've put it on lower profile tyres, so effectively the
Yeah, you get better acceleration.
Exactly, better acceleration.
It was making a bit of a grinding noise as it set
Well,
off.
now, there is a wheel bearing issue, and I had a choice, replace the wheel bearing or
So
do the suspension. So the wheel may come off.
Yeah,
The wheel may come off and kill the Stig.
So?
Oh, it looks good.
No, he's in. All of that effort.
Yes.
All of those low-profile tyres.
Yes.
Slower than his.
Yes, but if I'd left it standard, it would have been a lot slower than a 944.
James's gloating was short-lived, though. Look at what had happened to his shiny engine bay.
It's not funny.
It's all he had was a clean engine.
Have you finished?
Yep, that'll do.
Get your hand off my bonnet.
The next challenge is called 11s. Each driver must use his Porsche to see who can create the longest number 11 skid mark on the track.
This should be a well-oiled attempt, this.
Yeah.
There's no shortage of oil under the bonnet. Right, let's see what he does then.
OK, James. It's not bad, mate. It isn't bad, I know. Quite well there. I've got tape measure here. Grab this. Can I go down? It's 4 inches.
I've never seen him do anything that Larry.
That is 31 feet.
Not bad.
Don't tell him that. Yeah, you did about 4 inches, mate. Well done.
Give up.
Oh, it's 4 inches.
That's quite good.
Yeah, no, that was me the other day in a Bentley. Go! Amazing.
All right, give me the end.
It is 35 feet. He's beaten you.
It can do something.
However, my V6 3/4 is coming now. To be brutally honest, my car, with its V6 3/4 engine and an automatic gearbox, can't do smoking starts. So I'll have to be ingenious.
The life remaining in that car can now be calculated in yards.
Yeah, right. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. It's just driven away.
Let's give him an inch.
OK, it's an inch.
Use that one.
Guys,
That's an inch.
Yeah.
that wasn't my best start.
No, it was
You got a
rubbish.
result.
I've had a great idea. Stand back.
Imagine what he was like as a child.
This is all just rubbish. That's not an 11, is it?
39, 40, 41, 42 yards.
The judges would have to decide on Jeremy's Asian number 11. But in the meantime, we had our final challenge to think about.
We hope you enjoyed owning your Porsches. Each of you must now sell your cars. And points will be awarded for the money you make over the £1,500 you originally spent. That's not in good shape. Yours isn't in good shape.
Mine's got my name on it.
We're better off.
I've got my name on it. I'm going to have to find
You're
a
not
short
allowed.
bloke, call Richard Hammond, who wants a car with no carpet. Who's going to buy it from me?
Nobody.
Now, the scores. The scores, here we go. So after all of that, after the 11s and his Tibetan squiggle was disqualified, no points there. This is where we stand with the scores. James and I separated by just 2 points on 27 and 29. Then there is a bit of a gap. He's struggling. Minus 122 for Jeremy.
Everything to play for here. And really, it kind of depends on how much we got when we sold the cars. So, James, how much did you sell your 944 for?
£1,200. £400.
Well done. So you lose, you lost £100, so that's 100 points off there. So that puts you on minus 73.
Minus 73, so what about you?
I haven't really... No, I haven't sold it.
Haven't or couldn't?
Bit of both, I suspect.
Nobody would buy it from you, so?
Well, the point is, I think I'm about to lose $1,500. So that's not good.
I'm swelling.
1,500. So that's
This is a great moment.
1,471. I think that means I'm probably out of it.
Well, no.
The only consolation is you're
Ready?
coming second.
I sold mine for £1,800.
Nobody bought that heap of junk. I'm sorry, I don't believe
I'm
you.
the winner thanks to my genius. Because I realised I couldn't actually sell the car as a car, because technically it sort of wasn't anymore, so I sold it in bits.
What?
I sold it as spares. I got £1,200 for like the wings and the doors, and that was a bit short, so what I did, well, you're not going to believe it, OK? Are you ready for this? Ready?
Yes.
And I've sold these already. They're pre-sold. 600 quid. Look!
Turned your car into a living room.
Yes. My ruined engine is now a coffee table. The seats, which are nice and kitsch, I've mounted. I've turned them kind of into chairs, and I've left the electric motors in there, so I can slide backwards and forwards. Took them down the market. Bloke gave me 600 quid for the lot.
I am gutted.
You bet you are.
I was the first to arrive. I've just bought a Ferrari for 10 grand. It's a 1979 308 GT4. Look, it's yellow, it's got an engine in the middle, it's got everything. Right, wait for the others, see what they've got. Jeremy was next to roll up.
Behold the Maserati
It's a Maserati.
Maserati Merak.
Merak?
Yep.
Right.
Possibly the prettiest supercar ever made.
Potentially.
£7,000.
About 3 grand less than me.
You've bought
I bought a Ferrari 308.
No, you haven't.
It is a Ferrari.
It just isn't a Ferrari.
What Richard had bought was never originally called a Ferrari. It was so slow and wet, it was actually called a Dino.
There's no point going, I bought my George. It's from Asda. You've got a George car.
What's this?
It's a spare wheel.
Hang on, is this a V? They're a V6, aren't they?
Yeah, but it's brilliant. Engine in this. Honestly,
Really?
the guy I bought it from just spent 10,000 quid rebuilding that engine. Sold the whole car for 7. Shows how much the rest of it's worth.
So
watch the headlamps. They work brilliantly. Ready? There you go. The headlights are on. No, you can see they're on if you get down here. Look, there they are. Look, can you see them?
Yeah. Oh, that's a shame.
There you have it. If I let go?
You may have noticed we're waffling a bit, and that's because we're waiting for Captain's sense of direction, who we assumed had got lost.
You fancy some lunch?
But we were wrong.
James has bought an AA truck. He's bought a...
At least you made it to the end of our last one of these before getting on one. Right.
James, we said a mid-engined Italian supercar, not a truck.
Have you had fun?
Is that the best you two can come up with?
Yes, it is. What is your...
That, gentlemen,
is
a Lamborghini Huracan. Look at it.
Not a very good example.
It's superb.
But James, let's cut to the chase.
OK.
It's on a lorry.
It's an electrical problem. The Italians invented electricity, as we know.
James decided the best form of defence was attack.
We'll see. But I mean, I know about old cars, as you know, and I can look at this and with my trained eye I can tell you immediately that that is a pub.
You've got a trained eye and you bought that.
So, what had the production team got in store for us?
Have a look.
Don't do that to my car!
Your 70s supercar mission for today is to drive from Bristol to Spearmint Rhino in Slough.
That's a lap dancing club. Is it? Oh, you don't know.
Well, no, that's what these cars are about. OK, fair enough.
You may not use the M4 itself, so we've got to go along the M4 corridor on the wiggly road.
Swindon, Reading...
Maidstone.
Your sense of direction. You mean Maidenhead?
Oh, yeah.
Maidenhead.
So as long as he's got a sense of direction, he can get there.
Maidenhead.
As usual, points would be lost for unforeseen stoppages, and naturally there would be a series of challenges along the way.
Bye.
What I love about this particular Merak is that it is the SS, one of the later ones, very rare. They only made 652 of them.
Now, this is kind of heavy A-road traffic through town, stop-start stuff. I'd expect it to overheat here, frankly, and nothing. Water temperature, oil pressure, all perfect.
I wonder if James has got his alternator going yet.
He had, sort of.
Right, the battery is discharging, the oil temperature is very high, the oil pressure is very low, the engine temperature is off the end of the scale, I'm running out of petrol, but the clock is correct.
Right, we're out of Bristol. No mechanical maladies to report.
There's smoke coming out of the back of that thing. That's smoke. I've noticed my speedo is a bit optimistic. We were stuck behind a tractor earlier on that was doing 50, according to this.
Never mind, could be worse. Yes, James had run out of electricity again.
I just can't believe somebody's put a Ferrari badge on that when it isn't one. But there you are, you know, it makes you happy.
How can they say not a Ferrari? It was named after Enzo Ferrari's tragically dead son and built to fit old man Ferrari himself.
What a marvellous day. Sun shining, Maserati to drive, endless scope for laughing at Hammond for buying the wrong car and James for buying one that doesn't work.
Actually, I'd got my car working, and what a car! Of course, in its day, the Urraco was one of the fastest and most exciting four-seater cars you could buy. 142 miles an hour, 0 to 60 in about 6.5 seconds. That was ever such a long time ago, though.
Meanwhile, Jeremy and I were nearing our first challenge.
Castle Combe Racing Circuit. You have got to be kidding.
Racetrack. That's when we see the Maserati come good. I'm feeling confident.
So, why was Hammond nervous?
You see, my car has a bit of a secret. At the back of it, there's a subframe which on a 308 holds the engine in and the wheels on and keeps them attached to the body. And it's just made of rust.
Still, could be worse. Yes, James had broken down again.
Castle Combe is 20 miles from Bristol, and most of us got there. It's a fierce track, this. One of the fastest in Britain. A real car breaker.
We have the challenge. Find out what it is, he can pick up later on.
Yeah.
I know what this is going to be.
Go on.
Stig will drive them round the track, points for the winner. No, it isn't! It's your supercars were built in the 70s. How super are they today? To find out, the Stig's going to set a lap time in a Vauxhall Astra diesel. You will then attempt to beat his time in your cars. You lose points for every second over the Stig's time and gain points for every second under it.
The Stig was really on it. but a diesel hatchback? Come on.
We've got a Lamborghini, a Maserati, and
a Ferrari. I can see that coming.
Easily going to be able to beat. And across the line in 1 minute 35 seconds.
Well, actually, I'd say we stood at... Hello.
May has joined us.
Now, hang on, have you come by bus or are you in your car?
No, I'm in my car.
Is it on a truck?
No, it's not. It's fine.
Did it break down on the way here?
No, I just had to stop and fill it up with electricity.
Given that James's car was actually running, we decided to make hay and send it out first.
3, 2, 1, go!
This is a piece of cake. Oh, hang on.
Smoke. Oh my God!
I got so excited I wet myself.
Your car's done a wee. Do you think if we get this going again, you will actually be able to do 1 lap?
Yes, I do. And a good one at that.
It's a right-hander. I'm turning into the apex, snatching third.
One minute 18. He's not even in sight.
I'm in mode.
Whoa! He's going to make it. And the V8 Lamborghini is... Stig was 135.
Yeah.
1:58.
Rubbish.
Next, it was my Ferrari. So far, the most reliable car of the day.
Oh! My mirror's just come off.
2, 1, go!
And with 255 horsepower, it was also the most powerful.
It's an indicated 100 miles an hour. This is probably about 50.
He's very competitive.
He is very competitive.
He's taking it very seriously.
It rolls!
Hammond gave his all, but he was still slower than the Stig.
How long before Hammond blames a misfire? 1 minute 43 seconds.
The problem is it rolls, so I thought I'll have to make up time on the straights.
Yeah, but the engine sounded
And
pretty
then
healthy.
it developed a misfire.
Did you say?
Finally, it was the turn of the mighty Marak.
V6, I believe.
It may only be a V6, but remember, this is the SS version with 220 horsepower.
4,000 RPM! And that's all the rebuilt engine has to give. Nicely balanced, though.
That car is
Why won't you rev?
an appalling heap of junk.
Come on! Come on, car!
I've got it, don't say it.
I've got no brakes.
Oh, the excuses are coming. Here we go. Oh, he's not stopped.
I've got no brakes.
I also had no coolant.
Now.
Did you know what would cure that?
What?
Spending £10,000 on an engine.
Yeah.
Oh, somebody has. Yeah.
It's a bit steamy. I've no brakes.
Yeah.
Oil pressure has completely
dear.
gone.
So, do you want to know, or are you not?
Well, tell me what I did with no brakes.
1 minute. 54!
54. That is brave.
Slower than...
Things were not going well. And then they got worse.
Oh, God in heaven.
The pet cop boys are here.
Yeah.
No, wait. The police.
Yeah, well, the police are coming. The police? You saw me coming, didn't you, straight away? One of the biggest problems the police face, trying to get somebody out of the way with blues and twos on. I've got a lot of blues and twos. They will see me coming.
Well, we've got to ask, okay?
Yeah.
You noticed that?
Yeah. This is...
It's genius. It's a stinger. OK, you get the word over your radio that you might need to stop a baddie. Rather than pulling out and blocking with your car, which is frankly dangerous, you just stop very quickly and then...
It was unmistakably a doormat with some nails in it. So we moved on.
A police car has to be fast. To see how quick your cars are, the Stig will now drive one timed lap in the standard British Police issue Vauxhall Astra diesel. All you have to do is beat his time in your cars. Bonus points will be awarded for flamboyant driving style, which will look good on a police kill action programme.
Yes.
Yes.
Right.
Flamboyant and fast. Only one person can win this.
3, 2, 1. He's proceeding in a westerly direction.
Honestly, giving the British police cars like that to save money is the same as the Queen saying, well, changing the guard, they can all wear Primark. Here come the British Army, they're wearing beach towels because that saves money. How would the Blues Brothers have looked? And there he is. How long?
1 minute 48.
1:48 is quicker than most of our celebrities drive around here.
It is.
In the Lassetti.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yes, is it?
Then it was our turn, and the gentle touch went first.
3, 2, 1, go. Well, that began.
Pulled away. I pulled away.
Sadly, James's idea of flamboyant driving isn't quite the same as everyone else's.
That'll look excellent.
I wonder if it's got traction control.
I don't think it's necessary.
The tyre squirrel from the 1970s. Left. I hope you like prison food, Crims. Looking good. Cock.
Bit of tyre squeal. Maybe there'll be a bit more here.
I'll make it out of the way.
Can I help you, sir? That's not bad.
Well, it's 2 minutes. 0.03.
It is pretty
2 minutes, James.
I was next to give it a bash in my Fiat.
But before I do, I want to make it look good, so I've just brought this.
Ooh,
Right, you're on your own.
You see, you go for the soft focus. See, now, when I set off,
right,
swooping J-turn, soft focus.
You're just going for extra points for flamboyance, yeah?
Oh, damn and blast!
Oh, that's good.
Well, a lot of points there.
Are we in soft focus as well?
No.
I fear I fear the Boadicea wheel attachments have affected the wheel balance somewhat.
It wasn't an option on the original car.
No, Boadicea spikes.
You didn't hear people driving around and say, I've got a Fiat Coupe, it's great, but I just wish the rear wheels were a bit heavier and out of balance.
Gonna look good, OK? They're gonna cut in for a shot of the driver.
I can hear a lot of noise, but not a lot of movement. It's very much like Jeremy, that car. Oh, he's overcooked it hideously there. I'm suggesting getting back.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I'm thinking further,
From
with
the
those
spikes.
things on the side, further still.
And then a flourish to the finish. And flash the lights. What about that?
What did I do it in?
2 minutes dead.
2 minutes and 8 seconds.
What, slower than yours?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, no, look, without the J-turn...
You chose to do the J-turn. We didn't make
Can't
you.
go up to a villain as a police officer. I didn't mean that. Just if you come back and wait for
Can you just come back another 100 yards while I do the J-turn again?
What?
Except I won.
No. Well, you just didn't.
And finally, from the streets of San Francisco.
1, go! Yeah.
It's got four-wheel drive, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
I lose the drama of the start, but at least it means I can go... I'm not in four-wheel drive anymore.
That's painfully slow.
How can I do flamboyant driving in this? I need points.
Oh, no, he's broken the thing off. Look, he's broken his tongue.
I've deployed my stinger there.
Is he still on the...
Hello, that'll help me.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
That looked good in slow motion.
You never thought to do that.
I didn't.
Past the gratuitous boxes.
That That was to make it look good.
So we step back, because who knows, handling-wise, what might happen there.
It's packing up.
There's got to be points off for that.
Yeah, that's not flamboyant.
There's an electrical problem.
3 minutes 14. Have you seen the front of your car?
Yeah, but you see, you get points for flamboyance. Remember, we're making this is think of the spectacle I've just given.
Right, I'm going to give you a big push and off.
Go.
Now.
Yeah.
What is it? Ambitious, but rubbish.
For our next challenge, we were told to hot-foot it to the scene of an accident.
As you can see, the road has been blocked with a crash. This is this here, you see?
Yeah.
Normally, it would take the authorities 6 hours to get the road open again.
Yeah.
You will now demonstrate that it's possible to be much quicker than that.
Well, it is. We don't have to wrap them all in tinfoil blankets. We don't have to offer them counselling. We don't have to fill in health and safety forms until a week on Tuesday. We can just clear this in no time.
Well, this is our chance to prove it. If you haven't got the job done in 2 minutes, motorists who've been held up will be allowed to pelt you with food.
Good idea.
With the clock ticking, Richard and I decided to take care of the cars, while Jeremy took care of the wounded. We were working well as a team.
I'm towing that
car! Sort of.
I've got a live one here!
And as a result, we had most of the wreckage and the bigger body parts cleared in good time.
And the road is clear.
While we'd been busy at the crash scene, the real police had turned up. They wanted to demonstrate the official procedure for stopping a stolen car.
The operator will dispatch a police vehicle.
The Hotel Papa 91, Lima 375, Tango Papa Tango, a BMW colour silver, lost stolen report received.
Throughout this, the pursuing vehicle will be given a commentary to all the vehicles that are engaged in this stop.
The vehicle is failing to stop, failing to stop.
The vehicles will be given the instructions to move off by the pursuing vehicle.
It does seem like quite a faff.
It is a palaver, to be honest.
It's very involved.
You know they have to fulfil 13 separate health and safety criteria before they can do this.
Well, he could be abroad by then.
Once the criteria is fulfilled, they will attempt to stop the vehicle.
So near side, near side.
And under the instruction of the ground commander, they will get the vehicle into position where they can surround it, box it, and stop it.
Well, you just wind the window down, draw alongside, blow his head off. Or ram him off the road.
Keep it rolling, keep it rolling.
Yeah, but the point is the police won't ram him off the road because their police cars are valuable. They're about 30 grand each.
Tighten up and stop, stop, stop.
Well, this is where our idea comes in.
And for once, the challenge was just what we'd hoped for.
You will now demonstrate to the police how your cheap cars can be used to stop a stolen car without using £125,000 worth of Volvo, the RAF, and 16 health and safety forms. And just to make your task that little bit harder, the BMW will be driven by Ronnie Stiggs.
Oh, I know.
Keen to try out his paint gadget, Inspector Morose went first.
There goes a member of the criminal classes.
So we're now watching James in a hot pursuit situation.
Yeah. Wow. How long have you got before you have to go home tonight?
Oh, was he shuffling?
Actually giving it the police shuffle.
I'm shuffling the wheel in accordance with the police roadcraft driving manual.
Hang on. James's plan is to deploy his paint.
Yes.
Now that relies entirely upon him being in front
Absolutely.
of anybody else.
Luckily, I had a plan.
Right, watch this.
I know what he's doing. He's going to wait for him to come round again and then pick him up.
I can see the miscreant approaching in my rearview mirror.
But this sitting around waiting for the baddie to come round again.
It could work on the M25, perhaps. He's pounced.
He's pounced.
Is he?
Now, is he deploying?
I don't know.
Oh, I see!
It's worked! Right on the screen! Brilliant!
I'm amazed!
Sadly, there was one invention James hadn't considered.
Well, he's just put his wipers on!
So, would Hammond have any success?
So a 1.6 litre salon.
Come on, come on, come on! Give chase!
No, look, that's pathetic.
I'm a police officer. I shall never give up.
You see.
Now, thanks to four-wheel drive, I could intercept the Stig and deploy my Stinger.
This is £900 plus a bit of doormat with some nails in it. Here we go. He missed it!
Oh no, he's driven round it.
The Stinger needs to be longer.
Now, all hope of succeeding in this challenge rested with Commodore Clarksonio.
Right, now in Jeremy's mind, this is already a magnificent spectacle.
What I like to do is play music loud. Scares the hell out of it. It's Robert Duvall, mate! I'm going to try something the Americans call pitting. I put my car along his rear wing, push his back end out, he counter-steers, I then brake, and of course, it shoots the other way.
Unfortunately, none of what I just said happened.
So there's nothing for it. I'm going to deploy my bow to Sears.
I don't think he'll take Stigs alive.
Now, any second now. Oh, that's uncomfortable.
I presume at some point there's going to be a simply hideous accident.
Yep.
Come on! Yeah! Take that!
I think it could be time to admit failure.
See?
That could have been,
Something's gone wrong with the handling.
You, failed to apprehend the miscreant.
We are rubbish.
We are not very good. We're not doing as well as we thought.
At 3 o'clock the next morning, the man with the decibelometer was in place, and I was first to go. Despite the odd squeak from me, things were going well.
Yeah, this is a professional job. What I'm doing is reversing the car in so that it hides the back and my mother won't see what I've done. Find out the noise. 50.4 decibels, it's like custard rustling. Absolutely soundless.
Then it was Jeremy's go with the big, heavy Volvo.
Oh, for God's sake!
Yeah, that'll be him. He started now.
Come on, come on. Oh, God.
Mercifully, the drive finally levelled out.
Come on, you stupid lump of Swedish lead. Oh, my God.
You might get in trouble. Don't make too much noise, you'll wake them up, mate.
Oh, God. It's the anarchy flag.
That's what did it.
It's what did it.
Say it was stolen by anarchists
Came.
and they buried it in the summer house. Job done.
Hammond had possibly pipped me on this one.
What was yours?
50.4.
50.4?
66.1.
My mum and dad, they didn't wake up. It's a good job they're heroin addicts.
Then it was my turn.
I can do it on the engine because the engine's quiet. Of course, the interesting thing is to speculate what James would have been out doing until late as a teenager. How long does choir practice go on?
I can't actually see where the drive goes.
I think he has a... What?
Is that the control? Ready, steady, and...
For God's sake! No! You're so unfunny. God above!
James had lost this challenge. Badly.
Shall we go in and go to bed?
Hold it, hold it.
Right, wait.
Can you smell smoke on my fingers?
We had to arrive at various checkpoints at specified times and then complete a number of special stages on closed roads at a precise average speed. This wouldn't be easy in the Healy.
No, this is ridiculous. My speedometer is saying I'm doing 60 miles an hour when I'm doing about 30, no, 20. How are we going to be able to do average speeds when this is saying 60 miles an hour?
When we stop at the next bit, I'll write down some simple speed and distance little formula for you so you can work out average speeds as well. There's only two that you really need to know. How fast we've been going, how fast we need to go, or how long we've taken so far. That's where you can use the two stopwatches. So you can say, for 10 minutes we've been doing 80.
Mountains!
Does this car smell healthy to you?
Yeah, actually, there is a
Yeah.
slightly oily smell.
Yeah.
Right, so the roundabout's actually at 127, so you need to add another 1 kilometre to everything.
Hello.
Still, could be worse.
Grandad didn't do the cooling system, and so it can be a bit... It's all falling out. So how long should we wait?
I think we've got to wait about half an hour for it to cool down.
So will we then have to go faster to make the...
We will have to go a lot faster and break a few rules, I think.
Well, it can't go much faster.
Jeremy, meanwhile, was getting into the spirit of amateur rallying.
Loser! Loser!
We then arrived at the first closed road stage, which we would have to complete at a specified average speed.
The speed?
Zero, sì.
Wait, see, at the speed. This at what speed? Quanto?
Which one's too tight?
That one.
Are you sure? It's very difficult to do this without accidentally getting hold of the work of the divine potter.
Perfetto.
No, what? 50?
No, bien.
50? No.
I decided to just do it flat out.
We're going! Heel and toe down into second. Clip the apex.
This made Joanne very angry.
No, rapido, no.
No.
Spazio.
Perfecto.
Occupied.
What's that mean? Plus lentement? No, what? Rapido, tranquilo.
Tranquilo.
Rapido.
Meanwhile, in the Open University...
When we get to this next one, stop that stopwatch and start that one at exactly the same time. Then you've got a record on that one to write down, and that one's then timing it to the next one. In fact, don't, because that'll confuse us, because we have to take it away. Just leave that one running, but jot down what the time actually said. Yeah?
Yeah.
We still weren't at the first stage, and Brian was less than impressed with Grandad's Lanchester.
Ouch!
Suspension's good then on this.
Yeah, it is, actually. Very...
I hardly felt on this side.
Yeah, hard.
It's good. Yes? Finish? What time? Show me the time. Time, Manuel. Can't see. I've no idea. I've just done something and I don't know what it was.
As it turned out, what I'd done is go way too fast, which meant Joanne had to do yet more sums.
Maths. Can't talk to him, he's literally sitting a maths exam. But I bet the conversation in the bar at night is fun. I did more maths than you today, and no you didn't. I did more maths than you.
In fact, the only person enjoying this less than me was James's co-driver.
by 60 by 55.
Why do you keep saying that?
It's a 60 thing like the Assyrians had. There's not 100 seconds in a minute, there are 60, and that is a decimal. It's 0.85, so times 0.85 by 60.
Do you just like saying different numbers?
What do I do at this roundabout?
Huh?
What do I do at this roundabout?
What roundabout?
Brian and I had finally arrived at the first stage. However...
Oh, bloody hell.
Okay, 40. That's 40 miles an hour. So I'm driving about half the speed my car can go in order to win. £25 is riding on this giant. £25, which is about 25 euros. Thanks to Mr. Brown.
To be honest though, right now, my money was pretty safe.
There'd only be other cars here if they were lost in exactly the same way as us. Left or right?
That way.
Do you know that though, or are you just guessing?
There is a left somewhere. Is it only out of these?
Hundreds of lefts in it. Sit.
Fair, you do too.
Please don't do that.
Now! Go, 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 go.
Finally, we were doing our first stage. However...
Where do I go now? Where do I go, Brian? I'm terrified.
Forward, it's all
Brian, can you see out of the car exactly where we're going or not?
Oh, well, I can see sort of the hills and the sky.
Right, I'll tell you what's happening in front of us.
Well, it's just straight ahead.
I can't get this gear.
That's a very big steering wheel, isn't it?
Grand, I'd like to make sure you had, you know, good proper sized wheels.
It makes you look smaller.
Well, now, okay. Oh God, look at the steam coming out the bonnet.
Oh my word.
Realising he'd got off to a bad start, James was now trying to charm Maddie with some romantic conversation.
It's not actually an overdrive, but you need to treat it as one. It's actually a ratio of 1 to 1. It simply locks the input shaft to the output shaft.
I don't know what you're talking about. Do you actually do anything to your hair?
Well, I wash it occasionally.
You should wear a hairband.
No.
Oh, why can't we get one of them? That's a nice car. I bet that don't overheat.
Just after lunch, we made it to the lunch stop, where Jeremy explained that Brian and I had amassed the biggest number of penalty points in rally history.
So I've got 3,600 points, the lowest points. Well, you've got 41,897, and you've got 44,000. It's quite close between you two.
Yeah.
To punish Jeremy for his smugness, we decided to modify his car.
So that is now the heater jammed on?
Yes, the only way he can turn it off is to stop.
And open the bonnet, which he's never done.
Vital seconds, or hours in his case, because he won't be able to work out how to do that.
But as we headed off to the afternoon stages, strangely it was in the Citroen where things were getting hot.
I think it's in there.
I can feel it.
Yeah, it's like a little tube.
There.
Yeah.
Oh, that's little. Right. Now pout. Can't have cracked lips.
I changed from first to third on my pre-selection gearbox, which means technically I short-shifted. When I say short, I don't mean that like I'm not being rude.
You keep saying it's short, don't you?
No, I meant I short-shifted. I didn't. I wasn't being clever.
In the Healy, my lunchtime smugness was starting to look premature.
Hello? Oh, God. With no clutch. No!
No!
This meant I'd have to choose one gear for the stage and then stick with it.
Here we go.
Perfect, perfect.
It's all going wrong for us this afternoon. Also, I have to say, I think the heater's on. Do you know how to turn the heater off?
But Dran wasn't going to let anything mess up his maths.
Yeah. We've got one gear, I can do nothing.
Vamos. Va.
Average 50 kilometres an hour on this. This is impossible.
Bueno, gas, gas.
Yes.
Your handbag's in the way. God.
They're laughing at the car.
They're not. They're cheering us on.
Oh, if you say so. Why don't they speak English?
Because they're Spanish.
Following the shambles of the morning, Brian was now in a right mood.
Anything to let me know about?
No.
What about this massive tight left-hand bend here?
I haven't got a map of the route.
Well,
I haven't got a map of the route.
Come on, you should talk to me earnestly now. This should be a constant stream of instructions issuing from you.
Left turn coming up, in a hairpin.
You're just telling me things you can see out the window now. You've got a cushion.
Oh, God.
Vaya derecha.
We're losing the brakes. I'm losing the brakes.
Perfecto.
Oh, perfect.
Vaya.
Because the Healy was in such a bad way, I managed to cross the line in a slow enough time for once.
We finished.
Bien.
So,
Bien.
is that good? Is that good?
Good.
And the Love Boat finished on time as well.
7:46.
Yep. Spot on.
Meanwhile, back in PC world...
I didn't mean Jeremy's car was rubbish because it's a midget. I just meant that's what it is. It's an MG midget. I'm sorry. Brian, it's making a bad noise and a bad smell.
Bollocks.
Oh, this is. I think I may have to stop for a moment.
This meant Richard would miss the final checkpoint of the day. James and I had no problems though, because all we had to do was stick to a motorway. It was therefore impossible to get lost.
Which way?
Straight on.
Are you sure?
No. Yeah, let's go there. It looks pretty.
So you don't go there because it's pretty. Yeah.
Well, there should be signs, and there isn't.
Can you not work out? Please, can you take your hat off? Please. Sorry, it's really lovely, but I can't see the cars coming.
I've got
Thanks.
flat hair.
That's not important.
No, I want
Put it...
This is it. And inside the command module, we were waiting for our first emergency.
Have you heard about this Jewish volunteer ambulance service called Hatzalah?
No.
No, honestly, I'm not joking. It's unbelievable. The NHS response time in Britain for a life-threatening situation is 8 minutes. They get there in New York, which is busy, in 4 minutes.
That's from the call?
That's from the call. 4 minutes later, they're there. There's 1,000 of them in New York, OK? And they're normal people, they're builders, they're teachers, they're whatever. They're trained. And they keep with them in their cars at all time defibrillators, medicine, all the things you need. It's a brilliant idea. And we should be aiming for these response times.
It takes me 2 minutes to shut the back door.
He has a point. He has a point.
Oh, gentlemen, incoming message.
What a remarkable printer.
A meteorite has landed on the town of Field. There are many casualties. Points will be awarded for whichever one of you gets one of those casualties to the hospital in the quickest time. This is it. International rescue has been summoned. Thunderbirds are go. Sliding in an ambulance.
Coming through. Yeah.
kick down Cosworth Power.
Naturally, we soon encountered heavy traffic, but we were ready for that.
Engaging siren. Come on, go! Can you not see I'm an ambulance? Yes, it's reassuring for the patient, but it doesn't really say siren to other road users. Get out of the way, normal ambulance! Come on!
My siren, like my ambulance, was designed to scare people out of the way. Annoyingly, though, it didn't really work.
He's not scared at all.
When we arrived in Thiel, we split up to look for the meteorite crash site.
Oh God, the place is a mess. Look at the damp. Oh no, this isn't the site, is it? This is just Thiel.
We've got everything we need. Blood, oxygen, Nurofen. Hydraulic handbrake, very important in our ambulance. The Hatsola ambulance service will be watching this with their mouths agog.
4 minutes call-out time. Hatsola are the people to beat.
Yeah, temporarily lost. Has anybody seen a meteorite? I mean, it can't be...
I can't see anything that's been damaged by a meteorite. This is getting irritating.
40 minutes later, 2 of us arrived.
Relax, people, I'm here.
Oh my God, look at this.
Yeah, we got a lot of casualties here. Oh, here comes Hammond.
About time.
Do you just have the fire brigade following you around as a matter of course?
Yeah, it does do that, yes. I didn't think it was going to be a real meteorite strike. I mean, that's
No, it is.
actually...
Go on then.
Each of the casualties is fitted with a timer showing how long they have before they die. This lets you know how long you have before they must reach the hospital. However, each time they are jolted or bashed, the timer will jump forwards 10 seconds.
How long's on the timers?
Well, I don't know. I presume depending on how wounded they are.
Oh, so it'll be different.
So we've got to choose one with the longest amount of time.
Go.
The race starts in 3, 2, 1, now!
Right, I'm just going to get in.
30 seconds, waste of time.
2 minutes, mate, I'm sorry.
He's got 10 minutes, I'm having him.
8 minutes 55. It's you.
You're in good shape, my man. I can look after you.
There you go, sir.
With the patients carefully loaded,
Get in.
Richard and I were on our way.
Collected a cone or 2 there, sorry.
We've never lost a patient from Thiel on my watch. Sure as hell not going to lose one now.
The roads to the state-of-the-art hospital on the other side of town were littered with abandoned cars. But Hammond and I had decided to get there as fast as possible, even if it meant incurring a few 10-second penalties.
Don't you worry, sir. You just hang on tight.
Here we go. Rams deployed. The thing is, mate,
You get a 10-second penalty for every single little knot. We may as well have big knots.
Unsurprisingly, James had decided to adopt a policy of no knocks at all.
Hello and welcome aboard the Eknalubma. Your recovery is our first priority. We realise that you have a choice of ambulances and this is indeed the best one.
This patient is really annoying me now. Oh no, he's broken free.
It's a hazard, there it is. Oh, I'm sorry, that's probably 10 seconds off your life.
Meanwhile, in the next street, James had encountered a Peugeot driver.
Sorry to disturb you gentlemen in the silver Peugeot, but this is an ambulance and this is an emergency. It really is a matter of great importance that you make way for the ambulance. Thank you.
Move, man! Whoops, a daisy.
No. I've been reasonably polite about this so far. I would like you to get out of the way.
Thanks to our exuberant driving, my patient and Hammond's had lost a lot of life. So we decided to go even faster.
We're on the way to hospital.
I think my man is suffering. Reassuring tunes coming up.
Following my encounter with the infernal Peugeot, I'd also thrown caution to the wind.
Hang on, fella, we're making up the lost time.
Shortcut. Watch this. Cock. Cock ignorer.
Might have lost a few seconds in that.
Oh no, I've got a Porsche ambulance behind me.
Hammond, get out of my way! I'm coming through in a Porsche Turbo!
Brakes are definitely fading.
This is the trouble with the privatised ambulance service that we have created here. It's a race, really.
Beautifully controlled. Patient rested.
Hammond, move!
Right, nitrous. Whoa!
He's gone, and he's gone badly wrong. Hammond has stuffed it.
Nearly there. Sorry about the noise, you'll be fine.
Sorry, you couldn't get a lot done in 10 seconds.
We're getting near the hospital now. Stay with me, stay with me.
Oh yes, first at the hospital.
That is a victory.
Oh, damn it, May is already there. But my patient is still alive, okay. Ready, boot opening. Patient delivery system engaged. Here we go! Oh. I give you
one alive patient delivered to a hospital. Where is yours?
Oh, he got better.
Did he?
Yeah.
Did he?
I did say, did I not, at the beginning of this item, the process of recovery begins in the club class ambulance, and in fact it worked.
James, where is he?
In the pub, I imagine.
But he can't be in the pub. He was wounded. He was dying. He got 10 minutes to live.
Right, down here. This looks good.
Oh, wait a minute. Here he comes.
And now, coup de grace. Patient to hospital.
Hammond, you blithering idiot!
So, for the price of a bag full of golf bats, we were ready to go motor racing. And the motor racing we'd selected was rallycross. The beauty of this is that half the track is tarmac and half is gravel and mud.
As they turn into the loose, oh my God, oh gosh, I don't know what's happening.
So you get to do high-speed circuit driving and slidey rally stuff all in the same race.
Do you know, I used to love rallycross.
Yeah.
On Grandstand, a world of sport, you had Dickie Davis and he'd go, right, this afternoon we've got fly fishing and athletics and golf, and you go, oh no, and rallycross.
Yeah.
And you had those tiny little televisions, didn't you, with the little black and white screen you were watching it on.
You might have done in Birmingham.
Look at that!
I know.
But then he's got some actual track to do.
Or he could be standing now with a Pringle jumper on going like this.
Wait for the man in front to have his gun.
Yes. Do you know the best thing about this? Is it's really simple.
When we got to the driver's briefing, however, I realised I'd spoken too soon.
OK, there's 18 of you. So when you do your heats, if you finish first, you get 1 point. And we've got 3 sets of races, so there'll be 3 people with 1 point, 3 people with 2 points, 3 people with 3 points. If you come 7 twice, that gets 14, but you only end up 7th. You get 7 points.
Why does it say 1 + 2 = 2 when clearly...
No. Yeah, well, no, you only pick the best 1. If we were doing 3, we'd pick the best 2.
3 what?
3 of your points from the heats.
Hey?
Happily, Captain Maths was on hand to explain that, in short, we'd all take part in 2 heats and at least 1 final. And with that sorted, we got to know the other drivers.
I noticed from the entry sheet you're all called Gary. That's just... Do you mind if I call you Gary just to keep everything clear? OK, but who is actually called Gary? You're Gary, and you're both in my class.
So you're racing in Gary class, so you are Gary Clarkson.
I, meanwhile, was in the modified 2-litre class, and our heat was first.
I've just got to do 3 laps, that's all. 3 laps, and try not to mess it up.
Oh, look, we're getting lined up. This is the grid. This is it.
Go! Oh, we're off.
He's overtaken. Oh my God, he's about second.
He's not. He's third.
This is good. Now I'll have it.
Come on. Oh, this is exciting. Speed. Oh my God, he's got this. He's overtaken. No, he hasn't.
But this is genuinely exciting racing with James May in it.
And remember, this costs less than golf.
Just floats all over my jump. Oh, watch this. Oh no! No, I've got it back.
No, he's lost it.
I've broken something. Sod it.
We must not laugh.
No.
When he gets back.
How bad is it?
I suppose just at the wings on the wheel. You just pull the wing off the wheel.
The suspension's collapsed.
Well, every time I braked, it just
James,
veered off.
Do you know that momentarily you were in second place?
Yeah, I know.
You were third
It was
for a long
extremely exciting.
Next up, in the stock hatch class, was Professor Richard Hammond, who was still trying to get to grips with the scoring system.
6 + 1 = 1 because that's the result they carry forwards, which means I could end up in final C, which C becomes before A. I'm just going to drive around as fast as I can.
Oh, he's got a good
Not bad, not bad.
So blinding start from Hammond. I love the rough stuff.
The agile front-drive Citroen was brilliant in the mud.
Yeah!
But I could have done with a bit more power on the tarmac.
Haven't quite got the legs on this one up to the top. Might have. I'll break myself into that quite hard.
Oh, he might have done it. No, he's not going to do it. Unless he can get a lot of speed down the hill.
Oh, this is an epic battle for third place. Oh!
Oh no, wait, he's done a move. He's done a move. He's overtaken somebody.
Oh, it's exciting. It's too exciting even for speed. Oh, that was a punt. Could be playing golf, remember, could be playing golf.
He's not going to come third. That would be impossible.
Come on! Come on! Yeah! Third place, that'll do me. Come on! Has anybody ever left a golf course feeling this high? Woohoo!
High five.
Hammond, that was absolutely Rostrum or Hospital. I loved it.
So third.
That's exciting. Yeah, it's great.
It was now my turn, and I was a bit nervous because the big engine in my BM meant I was in the top super modified class, where 3 of the Garys were former champions.
Loneliest man in the world. Get in there and be alone.
No, maybe I should go and play golf.
No.
No, because we need to see what golf is like in comparison.
No, we need to prove our point, which means you have to drive that against these people. Crack on, Clarkson, go on.
Kindly James spent a few moments asking the other drivers to be nice to me.
Don't be nice to him, okay? Just muller him. Hot man.
And then it was time for action.
5 seconds. Oh, they're good.
Unbelievably, though, I started to make up places.
Oh, he's third, he's third. He's going to be third if he can out-drag that one, and he is.
Come on, Gary! Gary, I'm going to get you. Got Gary up my chuff here, and I'm trying to take Gary on the inside.
Then the super modified Garys put me in my place.
Oh, heavens, that was a big shot. Well, maybe off the track slightly here.
Spurred on by the support of my colleagues, I chased after the pack.
Right, come on, Jeremy, concentrate, let's go get him.
But before I could catch up, the race was over.
That was brilliant, and I was last! Some of you at this point will probably be thinking, I'd like to do that, but what about safety? Well, the number of people killed last year in rallycross was 0. The number of people killed on a golf course was, well, nobody knows, but it's many, many people. God, that was good fun.
And the fun continued for the rest of the afternoon. Loads of short, hard, fast action. And the racing was epic.
Oh, look at that manoeuvre by the Mini.
That was the girl, isn't it? That's Gary the girl. Gary the girl going around the outside. Oh, Gary
You're using all the track. Cole, this is good. Oh, it's absolutely wheel-to-wheel stuff.
Spectacular racing.
Gary the girl, Gary the pole.
I've never seen a race where 2 people are side by side all the time.
Yeah. In his second race, Richard got another third, despite a bit of a moment. Whereas in his next heat, Jeremy improved massively.
I'm not last! I'm not last! I'm second to last!
Then it was my turn, and they put my hastily repaired car on pole.
I'm ready.
full of stars.
He's straight into the lead.
James May is, there's no other word for it, winning. Oh, he's gone off. Look.
Right, now I've got some racing to do. Cock.
3 completely blind laps later, I finished last, again, with yet another wound on my MR2.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, mate.
With the points from the heats all added up, we learned that Richard, with his 2 third places, had qualified for the B-class final, whereas James and I were in the final for losers.
That means you and I get to race each other now.
Oh, that'll end well, won't it?
You know, if you actually stop and think about the scoring system here, it's quite clever.
Yeah.
Because it means you always end up in a final, irrespective of how rubbish you are.
The final for losers went well. James got up to 3rd and stayed there.
That was terrific, though. Did you see that? Did you see me all over him?
And as for the orangutan...
Tell me you're winning! You're actually winning something! Miracles have happened here, ladies and gentlemen, today. I have actually won a thing!
The victory gave me a chance to wear my winning face. And there was another bonus as well.
Why are you doing it?
Because I won the Spanner final, I'm allowed to go into this final.
This is my final. I don't understand.
We established in practice you're fast around here because you're used to driving on wet leaves and mud.
Because I live in Wales.
Exactly.
Right now I could be, I don't know, chatting to my caddy, adjusting the tassels on my loafers, instead of which I'm sitting here on the wheel of my race car, waiting to start. This is just so much better.
What if I spoil Hammond's race in some way? I mean, I mustn't, and I won't. I'm going to stay at the back. Not getting anyone's way. I shouldn't be here.
Right, 5 seconds. That was a good start for me. That was right amongst the big boys.
Bad start, really bad start.
Oh,
Come on, Gary. Out the way. Whoa, he's got me on the grass. God, this Fiesta's really aggressive. Oh no, look who's there. It's Richard Hammond, is what it is.
How did Jeremy make up that many places in my final?
I decided not to spoil his big race. Then I decided I would.
Come on!
Oh, yes. Come on, Beaver. Come on now. Oh, he's left me a gap. No, I've got wide. Oh, that was a biggie.
There was now just 1 lap left to take Hammond.
Got more traction here, sunshine. Coming up the inside of you. There you go.
Come on! Clarkson's behind me!
Come on now!
BMW on the inside, this is where he's got the power.
I'll get him on the outside. Leave him all the room in the world. I'm hit! He actually turned his wheel there. The camera will reveal that.
Come on, little Citroen! Everything you have!
There's a checkered flag.
Second place, but an amazingly third place for Jezza. How good
That was absolutely brilliant fun.
2 more different cars you can't imagine pitting against one another, having a great race. That was tremendous.
To try and show us that hot hatchbacks are safer than our cars, the producers asked the Stig to get into a Citroën AX GT, which would then be dragged by a special cable into the side of a lorry at 50 miles an hour.
Well, we'll see. Yeah, didn't do well at all, did it? Well, there it is. That's the benchmark, and that's a fail, isn't it?
That's a fail, yeah.
We then decided that because we're a team, only one of us needed to actually do this test.
Should I wear a crash helmet?
Oh, if anything goes wrong here, a crash helmet will make no difference, mate.
It'll make it easier to find his head
Yeah,
afterwards.
get the bits together in one place.
This is the safest thing anyone has ever done. Look at the inertia reel seatbelt you get in a Jensen. Could you just make that go a bit further in the back?
I don't want you ever to say that to me again.
You see how cheerful am I about what I'm about to do?
Yeah.
Seatbelt is on. Good, strong, dependable seatbelt. Oh, I'm off. Bye. Actually, I mean by... Oh, I better concentrate because I'm going into the lorry. Brace! Brace, brace! How safe is this car?
That's a pass.
That is a pass.
That's a pass.
Thank God he wasn't in that little Citroën.
Having proved, as a team, that our cars are safer than hot hatches, we continued onwards, and soon we were in a very special place.
This is where Richard Hammond was actually born.
This is a beautiful town, Richard. You're very lucky to have been born here, Hammond.
Am I ever? Fond memories.
Tasmania, complete home furnishings. That's where the Queen buys all her furniture.
Happy communities. Man cleaning windows. Or was he breaking in? No, he's cleaning them. Yeah.
Sadly, my trip down memory lane was interrupted by the producers, who said we must go to a petrol station where they would test our car's waterproofness.
Shakespeare country, this.
I know, I noticed Shakespeare's estate agents,
Yeah,
actually.
very much.
I presume we're having to do the test of the waterproofing of the cars in a car wash because it so rarely rains in Britain.
I mean, when would it happen? So we need to do that, yeah. OK.
What is that?
Nothing. Nothing. It's, I've parked over an oil spill.
Can I just check that?
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, you've parked over a bit of hanging off bodywork as well.
To try and stop the producers endlessly filming the boring oil spill, James started the test.
Do your worst.
No, a lot of people do like to turn up and watch cars being washed around Solihull and Shirley.
Edit that out.
The TVR passed with flying colours.
Death Valley.
And so did the Jensen.
Nuclear submarines have more leaks than this does.
So then I lined up the Lotus.
There is a bit coming in, I'll be honest. Yeah, some.
Let's have a look.
I'll be staggered if he's dry.
No, it's fine.
Yeah.
I spilled my drink.
Oh,
just as it
not
started.
again. Was it just water?
Yeah, just water and a bit of soap.
To then prove again to the producers why hot hatchbacks were so poor, we asked the Stig to take a Ford Escort XR3i through the same car wash.
Stig ever been to a car wash before?
No, it'll be a whole new experience for him. So what do you think?
Well, it's got a solid roof.
What is that coming out of the sky now?
No, it's a bit of overspray from the car wash.
Yeah.
He's coming now, gentlemen. Here he comes now.
Oh, it's not gone well.
Oh my God. Actually, now I come to think of it, this is the main reason I didn't buy an XR3.
No, I lost a couple of friends like this, actually.
And it's one of the reasons the insurance premiums were so high. It's because of this leaking issue.
Buoyed by yet another victory, we rolled on up our equivalent of Highway 1 towards Blackpool.
Good God, now this is something, if you're watching this abroad, it's something I've never seen before. Roadworks on a British motorway, that is unusual.
But then we were made to turn off Highway 1.
I don't know why the producers have made us come through Stoke rather than round it, but I'm mighty glad they did. We three can count ourselves amongst the 4 million tourists visiting Stoke every year. Okay. Car's beginning to smell like I need a picnic again.
What do you fancy? Oil? Sorry, biscuits?
No, I'm fine.
One of the more popular places in England is for a picnic. The reason is, that house there, you see the lilac one, 4 along, can you see that? Robbie Williams lives there.
You admired it for long enough?
Yeah.
You sure?
It's a good idea when you stop to check your engine's still there anyway. You may as well.
Just, having a look. That's nice. Lovely. Better for seeing that.
Have you had your picnic?
I've had a lovely picnic and I'm absolutely full again.
Would you be needing a picnic again?
I reckon another hour or so and I want perhaps a quick picnic before Blackpool. Just another little one.
Blackpool was now just 15 miles away, but the producers, infuriated by our good progress, ordered us to pull over at a garden centre for yet another challenge.
One of the main reasons people switched from British sports cars to European hot hatchbacks, apart from reliability, price, comfort, speed and handling, I don't think so, as we've proved, is practicality. To prove this point, you will load up a Golf GTI with items from the garden centre, and then you'll see how much you can get in your cars.
This is a Mark I GTI, the first of the breed that killed the British sports car. So, let's see what we can get into that boot.
Whoa, careful.
I shall open the boot.
So we'll just... Oh, you need to take the
parcel shelf down here, hang on. There it is.
There you go.
Lovely.
There we are. No.
No.
Yeah, you see.
If you can't get a rose arch in a Golf GTI...
What can you get in it?
Exactly.
After a quick shop, we hit the road and made our point.
Here's the thing, if you'd gone to the garden centre with a hot hatchback, the biggest thing you could have brought home is a pansy. I'm going home with a bamboo and a conifer.
TVR, a car that came out of a shed, now underneath one.
Ew, this is awkward. The bottom is quite close to my face.
There was, however, a serious point to be made here.
We were all rather dazzled by the XR3i and the Golf GTI and so on, but really, it was a bit of a fad. Nobody these days is saying, "Oh, I'd love an old XR3." But a Jensen Healey, a Lotus, a TVR, yes.
As we neared journey's end, Richard became a bit emotional.
I think driving to a British seaside resort, Blackpool, in a funny little British sports car with a naked lady statue and a giant urn on the seat next to me is, above all else, fun. And for all our serious side, the British have always been rather good at fun. But the whole experience is tinged at all times with the knowledge that we're doing something that's ended.
And finally we end with James's TVR coming home.
This is the home in question, the factory where it was made.
This one I remember.
I remember this. Because they made them everywhere, didn't they? They were in that one, and that one, and this one, and this one.
It was busy.
It was, and everything got moved about. It wasn't efficient.
No, but busy, and they made stuff.
Oh, my God, look at that.
Ooh, I remember those.
Are they what, Tamsin?
No, they're Tamsins, and then there's the grey one was a 3 litre. That was the Tamar.
Because it wasn't a little burst, was it? It's not like they gave it a go for a while. It was a few decades.
1947 TVR started, I think. Same as Land Rover.
That's actually a part of the manufacturing process there, dumped on the floor. A huge amount of work went into making that.
Isn't that the mould for the bonnet of your car?
There's nothing quieter than a no longer functioning factory, is there? It's a particularly noticeable quiet.
I hate it. My car was in here once, though.
Yeah?
Going through here, being built.
Brand new.
And it was all new, and somebody was very excited about it somewhere. My TVR is coming next week. It's an S2.
Yeah.
What have you found? Some more knobby work?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I'll lean on that bit. Oh, that's really sad.
Let me just see what the word was. Yeah, I thought so.
It was horrible to walk round this industrial wilderness. There were so many memories, so many thoughts of what might have been.